Lights are about to go on then. It's from the original grid. Martin Farmer and Ashley Sutton on the front row. Can Ben Anderson make a better fist of things this time? It looks like he can to start with, at least. There he is, trying to get tucked in behind Pete Belsey there, who he had a good dice with last time out, certainly. Down to Paddock Hill Bend they go. Farmer, Sutton, Belsey, Anderson, and then Ian Jordan. That's the order as they approach Druids.
The order then, as they were off the start line for the top four at least. Farmer from Sutton, from Belsey, from Ben Anderson. Anderson, as we say, will be very pleased that the red flag came out, because he didn't make a great first few laps in the first start of this race, as the rest of this very strong Formula V field make their way through Brigham Hill Bend. Here, though, is the number 8 car of Paul Taylor. He's in the midst of a battle between Ian Jordan and it's worth pointing out Dan Pitchford isn't here this weekend, is he, Ian? Because he had a fairly large crash at Castle Combe last time out.
Certainly did. He rolled that car and I think did all 4 corners on it, unfortunately, so he's not out, which is a great shame. He went really well in the previous meeting here. Now through Paddock Hill Bend go the leaders, Farmer and Sutton, just beginning to edge away from Belsey. Ian Jordan there making his way through the gravel, I think, and that's caused him to lose out. Paul Taylor trying to go through on the inside there, I think, on board with Ben Anderson then, just losing touch now with the Dayglow orange car ahead of him, and another car out. Now that could well be the Gillard Groin car.
Yeah, it looks like it is. I think that might be just towards the exit of Druids, so with any luck that should be far enough out of the way of danger for it to cause a problem. As sweeping through the final right-hander at Clearways now comes Peter Andrews. He's got some close attention from behind. It looks like he's pulled away a little bit, in fact, over the Brigham Straight, and behind him it looks like we're going to have side-by-side action coming across down into Paddock Hill Bend. Coming around the outside there was the 67 machine of Alan Swain, who of course caused that red flag, but he's back in the race.
Yes, he got hauled out of the gravel and was able to take the restart, in fact. There's Ian Jordan then, after his moment a few corners ago, a few laps ago now, in fact. Declan McDonald just behind him then, still not able to pick up his own pace in the gap that he's racing for a second season now in Formula V. They are coming up the straight, and then behind them there's more action going on, isn't there? Who is this? Side by side as they come towards us. It looks like Steve O is involved, and Gethin Jones as well in the number 99 car that we mentioned at the start of the race, and he's driving in aid of Riders for Health.
Here's the battle for the final podium position then. It's Belsey. He's got a fairly comfortable margin at the moment from Ben Anderson as he makes his way out of Clearways and along the top straight. Farmer, you can see, has pulled out quite a large lead now over Ashley Sutton. Sutton was right up behind him. Talking of right up behind, here's Ben Anderson right up behind Peter Belsey. He looks to the outside of Paddock Hill Bend. He made this work last time out at Brands Hatch in the heat and in the final, and it looks like he's made it through this time as well. We're going to have to start calling that the Anderson manoeuvre if he keeps going around the outside of people every time.
Oh, he's good at that, isn't he, Ben Anderson? Into Druids he now goes. He's up to P3 then, ahead of Pete Belsey, and he's done it when it matters, because we're on to the final lap of this race now. Down to the left-hander at Brigham Hill Bend, and there you can see a car off in the gravel. That's Matthew Perks, the number 77 GAC, the former stock hatch racer, as here is Martin Farmer then. It's been a relatively tame Formula V race by the high standards that we're used to, and Martin Farmer has led all the way. He's got a little bit more traffic ahead of him. I don't think he'll pass that car before the checkered flag, or maybe he will, as he takes it now for his 4th win of the season in the 7th round of the Formula V Championship.
3rd position still to be settled. Belsey pulls out at the last minute, but it is just Farmer who hangs on to take the final podium position here at Brands Hatch as the rest of the cars cross the line. Farmer will be no doubt pleased to have had such a boring race.
Well, yes, he will. He won by 3.14 seconds in the end over Ashley Sutton, and Ben Anderson 3rd, but only by 4 100ths from Peter Belsey. David Townrow was 6th behind 5th place man Paul Taylor, and further down the order you can see Dan Brigham came home 9th out in the V's this weekend, and the AHS, and Gethin Jones completed the top 10. He was ahead of Tim Probert and Chris Marshall.